write a column for Sound of Vision magazine called Gadget Gary. I'm the gadget guy. I have a real passion for gadgets and fun technology. So I'll be doing a show that will be anchored in that, but also have a lot of pop culture stuff going on. So I might talk about the new Warren Littlefield book. I might talk about some stuff on Netflix that is old, like if you love The Wire, you should be watching The Corner, or you should be watching Luther on BBC.
Sure.
And Luther's how great is that show? And then I might even talk about the week of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I might sit there and tell you 10 bands that aren't in that I think should be in, and maybe I talk about 10 bands that are in that should be in.
I know people who are hardcore fans of the Stern Show know that you have tech leanings. But, some people are like, what is Baba Booey going to do on the Nerdist channel? And you're like, we did Star Talk yesterday, and you talked for like 7 minutes about the new Sonos system that...
and all sorts of gadgets. I had a great time. That dude down at the other table was a riot. You're good. And it was great because when I started talking about this sort of light field camera that I saw at the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah.
And then he spent 15 minutes explaining to me that it's impossible that it can work and that it might be just they call
vaporware.
They call it a vapor.
Vaporware.
When somebody brings something to a show to show it off, and then you never see it again.
That's right.
Because they had a notion that they were looking for some funding.
So that's why you have to make a show for our channel so that you don't become vaporware.
Exactly.
Alex Albrecht, 4 points. Allison Hayslip, thank you guys. Thank you guys for. I really like 4 points. I think it just I think 4 points really anchors kind of what the Nerds channel is all about.
Oh, I totally agree. I've been saying that since we...
And that's why I'm sorry we're not going to be able to do anymore.
Wait, what?
Probably,
Breaking news at Comic-Con!
Breaking news. You tweeted it here first.
But you were one of the first people that, when we found out that we got the channel, you were one of the first people, we found out we lived near each other, so we started kind of hanging out and figuring out, what's a show that you could do to sort of be a successor to Dignation, and this is what we came up with.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. We had been working on a show for a while that sort of was vaporware, actually. He got the YouTube thing came through, and he was like, hey, we should do something, and Dignation had just ended, and I was like, wow, I sort of want to do something because I like doing that, and I just can't stop doing that show. And then we started kind of talking about stuff and being like, yeah, let's just talk about stupid things and hang out and drink and chat with cool people and bring guests on. And then he was like, have you met Allison Hayslip? And I was like, no, but I want to work with her right now.
Yay!
Yes, and it happened.
We had that briefly.
We did
an episode of What's Trending together.
Oh, that's right, yeah, for like 2 seconds.
And that's when we were like, how have we not met before?
Yeah.
Allison, do you have that raspy, I've been out at bars late shouting over music in people's voice?
You have no idea how hungover I am right now.
Yeah, or me.
It's really great for the kids, you guys. It's really great for the kids. Alcohol makes you cool. Just listen to Alex and Allison.
Comic-Con was in full effect last night, let me tell you.
Where did you guys go? What did you hit last night?
We went to The Walking Dead.
Oh, you went to the
I didn't do The Walking Dead.
Black carpet,
The Walking Dead, right, but then we met at the Nerd HQ.
Yeah, the Nerd HQ.
Alex and I are capable of being separated from each other for more than like 3 hours.
I know, and I played Course of the Force for that. That was like our sleepaway camp.
Oh, the lightsaber relay.
The Jedi March.
I don't know, maybe you guys know if you're here, but we did a 5-day lightsaber relay run starting at 7 Alex and Allison spent most of the time, doing 4 miles an hour on the Jabba the Hutt pleasure barge.
Sing the song!
Which they put Jabba on, the Gentle Giant built the
Yeah, that's
Jabba.
amazing.
But it's in front of the YouTube lounge now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But that ended at like literally 3 hours after we got to Comic-Con. I think Alex and I texted each other. We were like, miss you.
I was like, where'd Allison go?
You want to like get dinner or something?
I want to chat about things.
So I also want to kick it over to Holly and Jessica. I became a huge fan of you. Well, a couple years ago, I was walking around the Comic-Con floor with Felicia, who you may know from Geek and Sundry, and a bunch of people were coming up to her like, Felicia, taking pictures of Nerd Now, and then you guys walked by and all your N7 stuff, and she was like, holy shit, and stopped everyone, and then jumped in front of you guys and totally nerded out on you guys. And so that's when I first became aware of you, and then I saw you in the Comic-Con movie that Morgan Spurlock made, and then kind of cornered you at the after party. It was like, please do something on my channel. So do you want to talk a little bit about Crab Cat and try this at home?
Well, I'm Holly Conrad. I'm Jessica American, and we're at Crackdown Industries. And obviously our show is called Try This at Home. And it's pretty much, actually, we're filming Try This at Home right now.
You know I have to go home and get a glue gun burn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is the Crab Camp, so watch your show so you can see yourself.
So how could you sort of condense like what the idea of Try This at Home? I mean, I think the title's pretty self-explanatory, but just tell everyone what they can expect to see.
Well, we started, oh my gosh, I started eating my mic and now I don't have to anymore. So we started doing like costumes and props, but we realized we're really multifaceted people. We like writing, we like blogging. We have secret desires to be voice actors, but that's never going to happen. So we think that everyone else should be allowed to do that. So we want to teach people, you know, how to build your own sound studio in your closet, how to build your own retro arcade machine, how to build your own DeLorean time machine.
Holly actually owns a DeLorean. When you came to meet me, you drove the DeLorean. And I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. And you go, I'm surprised we didn't die on the way over here.
It's really scary. In fact, it's in the shop right now. Oh, surprise face. They're not
The trick is the DeLorean is designed so you can never get up to 88 miles an hour.
Only if you're going down a hill and the brakes break, then yeah. But they're really easy to clean. You just use a Brillo pad.
Oh, that's what you gotta do. You gotta put it on the front of an old steam train and then put some dynamite in there and then blow it over a
Hey,
casket.
I would time out. Just, you notice we have notes that say don't videotape this from up here.
Oh, no. It's fine. What are you talking about? These are private. These
I
are
didn't see that.
videos.
Allison, I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Sorry.
This is like a private sex tape. It's never gonna get out.
It's just gonna stay with us. No one's gonna see this.
So kicking it over to Chloe Dykstra. Chloe, whose father, John Dykstra, invented the lightsaber. Does visual effects for most of the movies that you like. Chloe's a big cosplayer, and so we've been doing a show called Just Cause. We did one at New York Comic Con last year, and then at Gallifrey 1. We've been shooting a bunch here at San Diego, so tell us a little bit about Just Cause.
Well, first of all, I'm currently dual wielding mics here. I'm not really sure which one works better.
Just double fisting.
I'm double fisting the mics. So I guess basically you haven't seen Just Cause, this is a show where we talk to really cool cosplayers about how they make their costumes, what cosplay means to them. And it's really fun. It's just great because I get to do basically what I love to do and we just have cameras on it, you know? I guess here today we're doing a couple different episodes. I don't know what I can talk about, but it should be really good.
How was your Ayla the Huntress?
Not holding up so well. Velcro, maybe not the best idea for armor, just saying. But it's
That's one of the things.
yeah, it's fun to do that, guys.
Well, yeah, you gotta take that off so you can turn into a werewolf.
Yep, exactly.
But it's sort of like what someone said in the New York version of Just Cause, where she goes, you know, in video games, they don't really have to worry about physics or how things are gonna stay on, and so they can just.
I can't even drink water. It's like, no, but it's really fun. It's worth it to me, even though it's kind of hard to sit down. Still, it's fun.
You have a fantastic side loop going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess my chopsticks aren't staying very well either, but
I'm sure in Skyrim, Ayla had a lot of top stick keeping everything in.
oh yeah,
with
sure,
some
lots of
programmers.
chopsticks. That's how she distracted all the leopards and the tigers and the bears.
Is anybody playing the Dawn Guard DLC? on Skyrim?
Oh,
Did you go Vampire Lord or did you go Dawn Guard? That was like the way to go, because I went Vampire Lord and you can't get through any freaking doors. Like your stupid wings are so big, the programmers didn't think to. That's how realistic the game is. They're like, well, if you have big vampire wings, you're not getting through doors. Sorry, Vampire Lord.
Eternal life.
You can live forever. You can feed on. You can life drain people, but you can't get into buildings. So, sorry about that.
I've actually been having some trouble with doors with these armors as well too. So.
I think the best cosplay, though, I've seen at the con so far has got to be the Neil deGrasse Tyson cosplay. Is your microphone working? Sort of.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. So we. There we go. You have such a resonant voice that you almost don't need a microphone. No, it's not.
It's fun to mess with the sound people by doing that.
So we met up last year. We did sort of a
You
back-to-back.
didn't say we hooked up.
We hooked up last year. Neil and I were at this party that Hawking was throwing, and we just got drunk and whatever. What happens in physics stays in physics, you know what I'm saying? We did Nerdist, and then we did Star Talk, and I had such an amazing time that I sort of cornered you and your producer Helen and said, have you ever thought about doing a video component to Star Talk? And it turns out you had.
Well, yeah, thanks for that. I mean, we had a radio show called Star Talk Radio, we still do. And the goal there was not to interview scientists, although we do that occasionally. We wanted to flip the table, and it would be I who is the host, and I'm the scientist. And our guests are people hewn from pop culture, all walks of pop culture. And in the conversation, I explore ways that science has impacted that person's life or livelihood or pathways. And so the goal is just to demonstrate to the world that science is everywhere. And every one of these people has their own fan base who then follows them to the show, and we get them to hear a show about science. And so that's the goal. And I'm a big I'm a big supporter of comedy as a vehicle, and my co-host is always a professional stand-up comedian. And so when we're talking about the universe and the cosmos, the comedian just sort of jumps in with comedic observations of it. And so it's a fun couple of hours you can spend. And when we were invited to appear on Nerdist, there's like a video component, sure, like, let's do it. And also, I went to a nerdy high school long ago at a time when nerds were slammed into the lockers by the football players. And I think that all changed when the football players found out that it is the nerds who fix your computer.
Yes.
Okay, so that raised the value of nerds in society. And now, so I gave a commencement speech for my high school about 10 years ago. It was titled Revenge of the Nerds. And I can say, given the attendance at each of these Comic-Cons, it's clear that, in fact, what we should do is make another yellow sign to go with all the religious ones out there. We'll say, and the geeks shall inherit the earth.
I thought those were really good Christian cosplayers. Wow, this guy's really got detail. They're giving out the hell free cards and everything. What a commitment. So